Welcome back to Marriage Hot Takes. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Aaron Degler, along with my wife, Kim. Each week, we just like to share a little bit about our marriage after 22 years. I don't know if it's always share wisdom, but
it's share.
It's share. Maybe it's food for thought. But we always like to leave you with a hot take, something to take into your marriage, into your relationship, something you and your spouse, significant other can discuss, and hopefully engage in those conversations that start to make a difference in your relationship. And usually we end with a hot take. Today, we thought we'd start with a hot take just because it's powerful and we want to build off of that. So today's hot take is...
What you affirm multiplies, and what you criticize metastasizes. Metastasizes. That's the better word. Metastasizes.
There you go.
What you affirm multiplies, and what you criticize metastasizes.
What you affirm
multiplies. What you criticize spreads. If you want an easier word.
Yeah. And really this is about, so if we could say, well, how to really make a difference in your marriage. We might even say 10x your marriage. In other words, how can you make it exponentially better?
That's such a big word.
It is. Almost says metastasize.
Well, I got it wrong the first time.
Well, that's okay. Words are hard.
Yeah, they are, and they start with letters.
They do start with letters.
So there's that.
So how and I mean, it's not. We think if we think 10x our money, I think, wow, that's a lot of work. If we have to 10x our money, but if we have to 10x our marriage, how hard is it to 10x your marriage? When you say affirmations,
what you affirm
multiplies. So if we affirm, what does that mean?
It means the words that are said, if you're saying them, the spoken words.
And
is that correct?
Yes.
Good.
Very good.
Thanks.
And so I'll say for Kim, she is really good at affirming all my goofy ideas. I have a lot of goofy ideas. Some of them work. Some of them don't work.
I like to say affirm your ideas. I never throw the word goofy in there.
No, that's me saying goofy.
I know. I'm just saying they're not goofy. I think that sounds great.
Because I believe in success comes faster if you fail more.
You do believe that. And
yes.
We have failed many times.
Yes. So the faster you fail, the faster
we just keep falling over and starting again and falling over and starting again.
And each time,
I say, hey, I think that's the best idea yet. I think this is the one.
Yeah.
You go for it.
I have come up with ideas for marriage groups.
Uh-huh. Now, there have been some that I have said no to, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Some ideas.
I'm trying to think what they were. You know them?
I do. I told you no and no and no until then you got me in front of people and then you ask it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that I would be like this. Yeah, I think that's fine.
That was tricky.
Yeah, you were.
It was about a marriage.
You got your way anyway. That's why I say they're all good. Yeah, do it because we're going to do it anyway. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
But then we got out to the car and I said, I really, and you told me, well, I really meant it. It's really okay. But you really are good at affirming the ideas that I have.
Yes.
And affirming. We were just listening to a TikTok the other day about it. It was talking about the affirming phrases you use. And I joked about, because we listened to it together, I said, did you just write all that down? I mean, is that what you've been giving me? Is exactly what's on that TikTok? Because those are the words that you've been giving me.
Every
day. And so sometimes I question her sincerity. Not sincerity, but question her accuracy. Maybe the better word.
Authenticity.
Well, no, I know you're authentic. It's just,
You don't think I came up with it myself?
No, No, I think you came up with them, but it's like, did I really do good? Or is it really like, you need some work?
Oh, like, you look good in that.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Because honestly, I still question you now because
I know.
at 315
I
pounds, you said, ooh,
you look so good.
you look muscly.
That you have so much muscles. You did to me.
I was not.
You were 315 pounds of
It was not
muscle man.
It was not.
That's what I saw, which is
Yeah.
why that makes you question things now.
Yes. Yes.
Because I have a swayed opinion of you.
Yeah. Because it was get out the rolling pin, doughboy.
It was. Well, I can look back and see it now, but I didn't
You
then.
can't see it then.
No. But I do say all those words to you because in my heart I mean it.
And for men and women, I think it's sometimes a little different. So maybe not. Maybe not.
No, I think that women would like to hear those words as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah.
You could try it sometime and see.
I wasn't meaning that. I was thinking
Let's try
out
that
loud,
out.
and it didn't. See, that's all. It's just what it is. But when we criticize, it metastasizes. So what does that mean? It means
it spreads.
It spreads.
It spreads.
It grows.
Grows.
So if I'm telling you, I wish you would cook more. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You would start thinking, well, he expects me to cook, and well, if he thinks I should cook more, maybe he thinks I should do other things more, and I should do that more. And so it kind of leads, kind of like we've talked about with anxiety. Sometimes it starts as a little bitty snowball, and then you start at the top of a hill, a very steep hill, and it went rolling down, and so by the time it gets to the bottom, it's a huge snowball. And the same thing is true with those criticisms. They start as, I'm just picking at you. I'm just picking at you on this.
Well, I'm just giving you a hard time.
I'm just giving you a hard time. And then it turns into, well, it's not really a hard time anymore. It's really kind of sincerely what I'm meaning. And then that begins to go, well, if I can't please him or her this way, then I probably can't please him anyway. There's nothing I can do.
So why do I try?
So why do I try? And so those little picks and ha-has, I didn't really mean that.
But you did.
But you did. And the thing about negative and positive, so I would say an affirmation is positive. Affirmation? Yeah, affirmation is positive. A criticism is negative. And when we say, I want to be more positive, or I want our marriage to be more positive, and so we try to do more positive things. But research has shown, it's true, go look it up, that research has shown, because Kim thinks when I say that research has shown, I'm just doing it to sound more important, but it really is true. That not saying negative things has a bigger impact than trying to say more positive things. So in other words,
saying negative things has a bigger impact than saying positive things.
Yeah. So maybe you're not at the point where in your relationship you're giving a lot of affirmations. So maybe you're giving a lot of criticisms. So instead of I've got to start giving all these affirmations
after you've criticized for decades,
right? Maybe it is start to criticize less. So it's not all of a sudden you're giving all the positives, because we're just pulling, because that is shown to have more effect than continuing to say the positive. It's the same way with negative thinking. If you do that less, it has more, or negative talk, it has more power by stopping the negative talk than it does to say, you are strong, you are powerful, you are, all those things. If you stop the negative talk, it's more powerful. So the same is true, because when we say that to somebody, that's what they continue to hear is when you say something, if I were to say, you can't cook, you then identify as, I'm just not a good cook.
Right. Not that I just don't cook.
Right.
Right.
And it might be, well, my buddy's wife, this is what she does. I mean,
she cooks every night.
Yeah. And it's maybe not even saying you are not good at it. It's saying, well, my buddy's wife does this. And so in your mind, what do you hear?
Oh, well, I guess maybe you should have married your buddy's wife.
There you go.
I mean, is what I hear.
Hmm. And that's what happens.
Yeah.
And it's not that saying anything negative necessarily that we think as guys that, well, I didn't say anything negative. I was just telling you what she did.
Hmm.
And you might be saying in the figures, you saying, well, my girlfriends say their husbands, my girlfriends, they say their husbands are like super handy. They like know what a hammer's for.
They can fix things.
They can fix things. And if you keep telling me that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna think she thinks I'm probably not as manly because I don't know how to fix things. I
Right.
don't at all.
I don't cook. He doesn't fix.
Yeah, I cook.
And that's
she
the way
fixes.
we roll.
Yeah, but if you kept telling me that and kept saying, "Well, I'm just telling you, he fixed this, he remodeled that, he did that,"
She asked him to build this.
because quite honestly, your girlfriends, both their husbands are super handy.
They're very handy
They're
people.
very handy.
Yeah. And I have to go like this. That's awesome. Can I sign up to learn some of that? Because I need to know.
But it's not like you come home and go, "Well, listen to what they built or what they could fix to make me."
They
feel
built
like,
a house.
Yeah, they remodeled a whole house. They fixed, they fixed the
They fixed the
lawnmower.
lawnmower.
Yeah, I mean, I might have had call one of them just to come change my lawnmower blades because I wasn't sure how. So
Yeah.
that's how handy I am. But it wasn't.
But I've never spoken about your unhandiness.
No,
Unhandiness.
unhandiness. But you've never said um, going. And I think sometimes we can do that, saying about somebody else, and like, well, I'm not really saying you can't do it. I'm just going on and on about this other person
Right.
that can.
Hmm.
And so we internally take it as
You can't.
you can't. That's not something you can do.
You'll never be good enough.
Or you go on about, well, her husband, I mean, took her on a trip, and I mean, for Christmas he got a new car, and I mean, look at what I think they're building a pool out there, and they got a pool house. I mean,
And a
wow,
pool boy.
and a pool boy,
Yeah.
a fan boy, a pool boy.
They got it all.
They got it all, and we got dirt.
I got junior mints.
Junior mints for Valentine's Day. Living large. So I think we have to be careful with our words because we can criticize
Without criticizing.
Yes. And we can, when we say we can 10x our marriage, we can, those affirmations multiply.
Hmm.
So, in other words, when we say, thank you. So, you take very good care of me.
I do. And you take very good care of me.
And so I might get home, just maybe, and I pack a bag every night for the next day, for because I get ready at work, and so sometimes, a lot of times, my clothes are laid out on the bed, ready to just pack
Every day.
every day to make my life easier and better.
I want it to be easier.
Be easier. And so I try to. I'm not always good at it, but I try to say thank you for that. Because then, again, and it's not manipulation, but then it makes you want to do more of it.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing for me. When you tell me certain things, I'm like, oh, she liked that. I'm going to do more of that because I realize that makes her happy.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like a lot of work for me.
Right.
But I want to make her happy.
Right. Like for me during the day, I think of like, how can I make us, you're only here a little bit. So if I can pick up on the cues of the things that you have to do when you get home, and I can watch it enough, I decide I can help with that process so that maybe it gives you just a little bit more time and makes your evenings just a little bit easier so that you have more time to relax before you go straight to bed. Because I just want to help. So, but I have that time during the day to think of those ways that I could help you.
And I think that's important. What you said is I look for those cues.
Yes. I feel like, and not to shout myself out, but I feel like I do look for cues to help you. I look for cues to help you with the things that you might need done, and also look for the cues to help you to know the words you might need to hear.
Yes, because and when you're looking for those cues, you're looking for what needs to be said,
Mhm.
what needs to be done, and really those are affirmations.
Mhm.
Like sometimes when I'm struggling with, might be sharing things, and I sometimes think, I don't think it's making a difference. I don't think it's mattering. And then you share with me how it is mattering, and we get done a soul fit or a walk and talk, and you tell me how much you enjoyed it and you liked it, and so that's a cue of maybe if you knew I struggled during the talk or the
Mhm.
conversation. I go, okay, it helps
Mhm.
because you're looking for those cues, and I think we're always looking for cues.
Mhm.
We're either looking for cues to criticize
Mhm.
or to give those affirmations.
Right.
And I think just like it is in ourselves, sometimes on ourselves it's easier to see the negative.
Right.
So in a relationship, if we're kind of irritated at him or her, well, it's easier to look at the negative cue and go, wow, they don't.
Mhm.
Yep, maybe they weren't going to do that.
Mhm.
Yep, I guess those dishes just fly into the
Mhm.
dishwasher themselves.
I just thought that that would happen on its own,
Yep,
or I would do it.
your socks are 2 feet from the laundry basket. Guess you're going to put them in today, huh?
Mhm.
And those is how it starts to metastasize.
Mhm.
It starts to grow,
Mhm.
and because at first it's maybe his socks, then maybe it's he didn't make his side of the bed. Then maybe he left dirt on the floor.
Mhm.
Then maybe there's hair in the sink. There's all these things that now you start noticing all those little negative things that just make you want to grind your teeth and go,
Mhm.
ugh. And same thing is true for her. I mean, yeah, all those little things she may or may not do, you start um, noticing more because you're already irritated. So let me pick apart and look for those more negative cues. Um, and we've talked about if we put that energy towards that, that's what we'll get.
Mhm.
So if we'll 10x our marriage, maybe we should say we'll 10x it one way or the other.
Mhm.
We can 10x it with criticism, or we can 10x it with affirmations.
Right.
So you want it to be 10 times worse or 10 times better,
It's whatever you want to do. What you want to put the effort in for.
but it's about being intentional with your words.
Right.
If you're watching, Tanya, I need to get right in the middle and
Yeah, he did.
show everybody.
He needed to make sure everybody knows he's right
Yeah,
here.
he's
Oh,
gonna lay
there he
right in
goes.
front of us. Check it out.
I agree, and I do. I just think that words are powerful, and if you speak those words positively to your partner, your spouse, I feel like if I speak those words positively to you, that you will feel that about yourself. So if I continue to lift you up each day with different words in the mornings or during the day or whatever, I can somehow influence you to be those words. Not to manipulate you to be that, to try to change you, but that's what I see in you that I know that you aren't seeing in yourself, that I want you to feel and to feel proud of.
So it's more about reinforcing what you know I'm capable of
Right,
versus reinforcing what you want me to be.
right, right.
And I think that's important.
Yes, it's not about what I want you to be. It's what how I know that's what you're striving to be or striving to do. You know, I text you most mornings that have a text for you. So when you wake up, that's what you see. And it's just things that I want you to see, that I want you to have that moment in the morning of positivity, um, something that I think that you might need that day, or if it's the beginning of the week or whatever, just because I know how it is to get up and get going. And I want you to already start believing in yourself for that day. You have long days and lots of people and lots of words to share, and you share those words all day long. So I feel like I can share just a few words to you in the morning to help maybe um, help your day, and your words come easier for you because I've already spoken those words to you in my belief in you.
And I think that's very powerful that you do speak belief into it. So I do go into the day believing more in myself because and if I woke up to a text that was the opposite,
You forgot to do this, and last night you snored all night long. You kept me up all night long. I just wanted to let you know this morning so you can carry that all day with you. Anyhow, that would be bad.
yeah, but we have that power,
Yeah.
and we do that to our significant other
Or if I
partner.
said, or if you text me midday and said, "What are you going to cook for supper tonight?" Uh, Nothing. I mean,
So you've just been kind of hanging around today. I mean,
yeah.
what's your
What
big
have you
plan?
been
I mean,
doing?
have you done anything or
Right.
yeah? And then that speaks
Right. And that grows.
and that grows. It,
Because it grows inside of you before it ever comes outside to grow. It will grow inside of me long before you ever see
hmm
it in anyone, which is just as cancer metastasizes. It's inside and it's growing bigger and bigger, and you don't see that. And those words that you're speaking to each other are growing inside of you before you, and that could either be the positive words or the negative words. The positive words are still growing inside of you until it helps you to bloom into who you are becoming
hmm
and who you're meant to be. But those negative words that are metastasizing inside of you is also going to bring you to who you're going to be. How about that?
That's good.
Thanks.
That's good.
Thanks. So if you're the one speaking those words to your spouse, that's what you're putting out for them to grow into.
Either way.
Either way. Mhm. You can either watch them bloom into the person that they are meant to become, or you can see them just completely lose themselves.
And with that wonderful dialogue,
Sometimes it just comes out.
what is today's hot take?
Today's hot take is, I gotta unlock my phone. Hold on.
Because you're busy giving that amazing words.
Today's hot take: what you affirm multiplies, and what you criticize metastasizes.
And and just like she said, it will grow in you before it comes out of you.
Mhm.
Something's coming out and
Mhm.
something's growing.
That's right.
So what do you want to grow and how do you want it to come out?
Very good.
Because what you affirm multiplies, what you criticize metastasizes. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's Marriage Hot Takes. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Kim.
I want to see you next time right here on Marriage Hot Takes.